buns out, I guess, here on Baking News, because it's now time for our August edition of David's Dish, and you got some pineapple buns.
You did not disappoint. I was hoping for something, and you,
I'm sorry.
You delivered big time.
Love it.
Yeah, these are pineapple buns, and they don't have anything that's pineapple in
What?
them. No.
Really?
No pineapple. The whole thing is, look at the crackle on top.
Yeah.
From the cookie you put, that's actually a cookie.
What?
And
That's a
it's
cookie.
supposed to resemble a pineapple.
Oh.
So
See that.
that's where it gets the word pineapple.
Very
now, the main
interesting.
ingredient in this is really coconut milk and coconut oil.
Wow.
So that's the taste that you're going to get in there. And this one in particular, if you want to go to the first graphic, the first pictures, it's called a tang zong. It's a quick and simple starter that allows the dough to hold a lot more moisture and produces a very soft and kind of pillowy bun. So you can see it's made with coconut milk and flour on the left side there, and then you put that starter into your, baking
Dish.
dish, and then all the ingredients there. You've got the coconut oil, coconut milk, you got the yeast, the salt, the flour, all goes in. You make a nice bread dough.
Okay.
And that's coming up next. We go to that picture. You'll make a dough. We happen to put our dough on the dryer
Oh,
to,
wow.
to
You know
rise.
what? I've done that, yeah.
Yeah, so a couple hours, it's going to rise. And on the left side there is the cookie dough, the cookie that goes on top. You make that separately. Very easy to make that cookie dough. You make it into a 12-inch cylinder, wrap it up, put it in the fridge for a couple hours. So this is. I started this at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, when did you
These
get
two
done?
things, well, let's get to that.
Oh gosh.
Great recipe then.
It kind of is, because you got to let things rise
Yeah.
and sit in the fridge. So let's go to the next part. Then you've got to make your filling, that custard filling. Now, this recipe calls for a custard powder. I could not find any custard powder. So I looked for a substitute, and they said pudding mix, vanilla pudding mix, perfect substitute, has the
Okay.
same ingredients, and it's great. You put that in the fridge. That's got to cool down completely. The other critical element is, again, that cookie dough, 12-inch long cylinder. That's in the fridge for a couple hours. Now, after the dough rises, you can see there, you take it out, flatten it out a little bit, and then cut it into 12 individual pieces.
Oh, okay.
That's after the dough rises, and then put a couple tablespoons of that custard. Go to the next, put a couple tablespoons of that chilled
Oh
custard.
my gosh.
And then you wrap that dough up around that custard and seal that in, and then form it into balls. 12 individual balls go on the cookie sheet that is lined with parchment paper. Go to the next graphic, and then you get that cookie dough out, cut it into 12 individual, and flatten it out. And then, next picture, you put that each little flattened piece onto.
I would have never thought.
Right. So that's a cookie on top of that bun, and then you finish it off by that egg wash you put on it. Makes that nice golden brown when it comes out, and that crackle. About 45 minutes in the oven at 350, and they come out
Gorgeous.
just absolutely amazing.
Oh my
Let's
gosh,
cut
so
one
let's-
open.
Love
All
it.
right, let's get this one here.
Yes, and we'll
I'll cut
split it.
and you'll split that.
And see
It
that
is-
custard and that cookie.
And I made this yesterday. These came out of the oven. I started at 7:30 in the morning, about 4:30 in the afternoon.
Oh my
is
gosh.
when they finally came out. But again, that's rising time,
Wow.
and there's not a ton of filling that you can see. I tell you what, though, it is one of the softest, pillowiest buns you will ever taste.
It is. It is. It is. Girl.
That
Yeah.
cookie
We
makes
love
it
it.
sweet.
And the
Thank you
cookie,
so
a
much,
little bit of a
David.
cookie on there. So there you go. Well, I'll get the
We'll have to share it with-
ingredients and recipe on Facebook
Yep.
and on your website.
That's right,
Yeah.
and we
Right.
maybe we'll share it with the newsroom. We'll see. Maybe. I'm going to eat the rest of this, but it is back to school season, and